What's going on, my YouTube family? You got Don, man, CEO and president of felon.com. Well, we support felons and we get them back on track and we talk everything felony about changing your life and building your life up, man. That's what you went to. You at the right channel. But this channel right now, man, what we talking about is just basically about what it's been like for myself being on house arrest for 2 years. This 2 year period that I've been dealing with. Let me set my station up. Really just a rant. And grab the microphone too. It's really just a rant on here, to just to talk to my people and just to get some clarity. So I caught a case about 2020, going on 3 years, and I've been fighting my case. So I caught the case. Of course, I got locked up. I went to the county. I'm in Chicago. I went to the county. Um, There, I was able to bond out. I went to the county. It was maybe a Friday. I might have stayed about 4 or 5 days in the county. I had a high bond, but fortunately, I was able to come up with the money and bond out. At that point, it's been a long journey. I wish I would have documented it earlier in the stage. Mine is already almost coming to a close. I am finishing things up. My lawyer and everything, fortunately, is getting ready for it all to come to an end. I'm so grateful for it. But in the beginning, the early stages of being on house arrest, I would say it was also challenging. Not so much depressing because you're no longer in the county and you do understand it could be much worse. I'm at home. I'm able to do whatever it is that I need to do, um, but without without leaving the house, without leaving my staying in the house all the time. It does take a toll. In the beginning, I got out. My life is turned upside down. I'm on house arrest. I'm used to going to work. I'm used to going to provide for my family. Now I'm in a situation where I can't. I've done something. I let these people get power over me, which I should never. You should never put yourself in a situation where another person is able to control you like this. So that's step number one. Early off, I just hated myself. I was a truck driver, so I tried to get the judge to let me go to work, but my occupation, he wouldn't let me go. I'm an owner operator. I mean, I own my own truck. I go in and out. I drive all over the country. He wouldn't let me do that. So um, that was a minus. I own real estate, so luckily I had some income coming in because of the real estate that I own, but I was unable to go to work and I was unable to go and manage my property. So that was another hindrance. I didn't have anybody really to go and make runs from me. I had My whole life was upside down, and it was all because of me. It was all my fault. But anybody else experiencing house arrest, it's not the end of the world. I thought about not committing suicide, but I wanted to fraudulently fake my own identity and disappear, cut this thing off and just disappear. It got that bad for me. So I'm making this video that if anybody is out there maybe experiencing something like this, or going through something like this, just to let you know you're not the only one that's been there. I've been there too. Um, it's unfortunate, but this too shall pass. So yeah, I'm able to find a lawyer. My first lawyer, I got her. Wasn't I didn't know anything about the process of finding lawyers. That's another thing. If you want to be a criminal, if you're doing anything that's against the law, you should at least know how to pick a good lawyer and how to get a good lawyer. I didn't know anything about lawyers. I knew nothing about this type of stuff. Nothing about anything. Lawyers, they talk 100 miles a minute. I don't know how to screen them. The law is so wishy-washy. It's no stetched in stone. This is the way things goes. It's pretty much open up in the air. Anything can go. They can take your money. You cannot get what the results is that you want. They'll get your money and they'll be out and you'll be in jail and they'll be on to the next case. Your case is just like, you get one hearing a month, maybe a continuance a month. At the time that I got on house arrest, it was during COVID, so they were really spacing out the continuation. So That's another reason why I've been on house arrest so long, because when I've called my case, it was COVID. And then that just, when my case started, everything was going super slow, super slow. And that's another reason why it's been going so long. But so I had one lawyer, fired her, got another lawyer. He milked my case out for a whole year and a half. I got rid of him, ended up getting a really good attorney now. Well, what I think is a really good attorney. He's a lawyer from downtown. Came word of mouth. He was a little pricey, but he's a trial lawyer. So I would recommend anybody to ask your lawyers how, if they go to trial. You want a good lawyer that takes case. He tries cases. He goes to trial. And another note, if I was ever to go and screen a lawyer, I think, now that I know a little bit more about lawyers, first I want to get someone that's um, got a reputation for winning cases as a trial lawyer. And second, this is just my own opinion. I haven't put this into practice. I would want to know what school my lawyer went to. I think that you want to get a lawyer that went to a little bit more prestigious school, and you just want to get a the best quality of lawyer that you can get, who's cares about their reputation, who cares about, that their name is attached to your case, and not that just that, you're paying them, you're their client, and they're going to represent you in front of the judge, but they actually want to win cases to build up their record and get you free, which you won anyway. So I would find out what school, my lawyer went to. Just a side note, but this journey has been a long one. Like I say, I know it's just a rant, but this journey has been a long one, man. So, from that going on to, and I'm probably going to make this a two-part video because there's so much to talk about, so much to fill y'all in on over the course of these 2 to 3 years that I have learned, that I have experienced, that you guys need to know this stuff. Like, I've been in this house and I didn't learn so much. It's like I didn't got a master's degree in here, and all of this information, I want to give it back to you guys. I want to pour this information back out to you guys. So hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Not only do I make videos like this where I just really just get on here and tell you guys about my struggles, my trials, my tribulations, and how I overcame this house arrest journey, but also I make educational videos for anyone who's gotten a felony. My website was just shut down. I shut it down because I started to build another website. That's another thing that I learned along this way, is how to build websites. But yeah, so hit the like and subscribe button. Look forward to these other videos, these educational videos, and these testimonial videos. I would call this is more of a testimonial video about my life on house arrest. So the journey has been, like I say, it's been educational. Once I got overcame having my little friends come by to uplift me with drinking with me, I fell back into smoking marijuana. I didn't smoke, hadn't smoked in 5 years. I started back smoking a little bit of weed, drinking, just hanging out, didn't have anything to do, really just just, just partying, man, not taking anything serious. That's what I would say. I was still checking on my tenants, still checking on my lawyers, still paying my bills and everything. Cause that's what I've always been. I've always been a good with money, a man that's good financially, and I take care of my business. Like, I got phenomenal credit score and everything, but internally I fell back. I started smoking weed, started drinking, man, to 3, 4 in the morning, just go to sleep and do it all over again. So I fell apart inwardly. Then I was looking online for all this crazy stuff, trying to get fake IDs and thinking about all kind of craziness. Once that period passed, and I'll say it went on for almost a year. I almost did that for a year, the first year into this. I was even going to see my attorney high, not taking it serious. But once that, I don't know, I think I'm very religious too, and you guys will find out. I think my church life brought me one of the best things is that I was able to come live with my mom. My mom is a single mother. She doesn't, she stays alone. She had an extra bedroom for me. I had challenges with my father in the first half. I had, and I'm his only child, so I was unable to care and tend to my father. It was just hectic. He went to the hospital. After him getting out of his hospital situation, he had to come stay with us. So it was a gift and a curse because if I had been working, I wouldn't have had the time to tend and nurse my father back to health. So I was able to nurse my father back to health because I was on house arrest. He came and stayed with us. My mom works during the day, so I'd be here with my father, and it took him. He needed to be hands on getting nursed for about 3 months. So 3 to 4 months, I was nursing him hands on, got him healthy. He actually lived here with me. It was me, him, and my mom here for the first. They're divorced, so they've been divorced my whole life. So they actually we were under the same roof. Um, you know, funny enough to say, for the first year, that was cool. Then he ended up getting him another apartment and moving out. He was well and better. Um, so it's just been quite a journey, man. Also dealing with the case itself, the matters of the case. It was with the ex spouse of mine. So just the dilemma. We were together for 3 years. So just that whole dilemma, with what was going on there, was very detrimental, pouring back into my guilt and my depression and stuff. I wouldn't say depression, but it was definitely some type of emotional battle that was going on with me internally. And God really brought me out of all of this. It just so happened to be that right next door to my mom's house is a church. I'm able to go to that church, and it's just by the grace of God that I was able to pull through, and you guys will be able to pull through too. That's why I say, I don't want to get too long with this video. I've already been going 11 minutes. I love you guys. Thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you for listening and sitting here and rocking with me. Also, in this, I became a avid reader. So one of the foundations I'll lay out for this video, because probably gonna make this a 3 series video because there's so much information I want to make sure you guys get, is that I became an avid learner. The first thing I had to do was become an avid learner. I started listening and watching Bloomberg. Bloomberg is an investment channel that comes on. You can get it, just type Bloomberg. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on your cable. I started watching Bloomberg and developing a niche, a knack for the way they talk, their vernacular, the way they talk, transition about stocks, and all of the key words that you need to know if you're going to be into it, get into investing. So I started watching Bloomberg. I started watching YouTube videos. I started watching Bloomberg and YouTube videos and following the news. My favorite news media is NPR News. My favorite investing news outlet is Bloomberg. I have a couple of favorite YouTubers that help me along my way to get my training wheels and then get my footing and grounding together to become an investor. Um, and that was my first dilemma. I took a liking to stocks, and I had so much time that night and day I would just watch YouTube videos. I would write notes in my scrapbook. I would watch YouTube videos. I would write notes in my scrapbook. And I told myself, if I'm going to be on house arrest, I'm going to do something productive with this time. And that was a goal and a order that I gave to myself. It was a order that I conveyed over to myself. You're going to be on house arrest. You're going to do something productive with this time. You're going to come out on the other end knowing something that you didn't know. You have the time. I've always been business savvy. Like I say, I own real estate. I own my own trucking company. These things I learned and I developed not by having family members because I had no one to show me, but by watching YouTube videos and learning. So I implore you guys to become avid learners. And if you're watching this YouTube video, then I'm pretty sure that you guys already know how to use and work YouTube. Become a YouTube. I went to YouTube university. I really did. I learned everything I could about the stock market, and I started loving it, you guys. So that was about my second year. It was just everything stock market. Can you imagine for a whole year? And that's one of the things I'll tell you guys about the stock market. first tips I got for that is use paper trading. Don't use your real money like me. You'll lose it. Again, um, it takes a little bit of time to develop your niche, your to get good at the craft, and you have to be with it. It take you it's about a year, bro. I mean, you need a year of watching that stuff every day, being in the markets every day, sitting on the sidelines and just observing the markets. Anybody that's want to get into stock marketing, that's a good tip. You guys, while you're learning, watching YouTube videos and reading books and taking notes, avidly be on the sidelines watching. Start with watching the SPY. Just watch it. You got the Nasdaq, the ESP, S&P 500, and the Dow Jones Industrial Index. Those are the three indexes that'll be like your gauge for the markets. You got one, the Dow Jones is going to tell you everything industrials. You got the Nasdaq that's going to tell you everything tech savvy, Apple and Microsoft. Then you got the S&P 500 that's going to follow the economics of the United States reports, and it's going to follow everything. So I just watched. I paid attention to one because you can get overloaded with the stock market. That's another thing. You get bombarded with information. That's another thing that'll happen to you is when you're learning, you'll get bombarded with so much information that you'll have to step away from it to process it all. But just start by following the S&P 500. Get comfortable with it, learn everything that you can, just know that. And I think another thing I want to bring to y'all is a book. This is like a derailment. I'm going to be probably going to cut this video off short a little bit, but this is another book, accounting. I really love accounting, and I think this book is great. This is like a hands-on. It's like a child's book for adults. So if you want to learn, this is one of the things that I had to learn with investing is how to read financial statements, how to read corporate reports, and all it is accounting and looking over their shoulders and looking at their books. So another thing about investing is that you can be successful in investing because all of the information that they provide is public information. That's one of the things I didn't know in the beginning is that um, you don't need any to be a rich or you don't have to be super intelligent. All the information you can Google. Companies have to put all of their information publicly. How much they earned, how much they sold, if they're opening up a new company, if they're coming out with a new product, if Tesla, has a problem in China with a manufacturer, they have to disclose all this information. So that's the cool thing about investing too, is all of the information. Like, I mean, it's like you really own the company. Like you can know just as much as Elon Musk because it's public information. So it's really cool. But this is a good book. You guys can get this book on Amazon. I think it's like $12. I might even leave a link below. It's called The Accounting Game. They really teach you how accounting works. Super simple, super easy. You can even give this book to an adult and you can give this book to a 15-year-old, and both of you guys will get the same amount of fun out of it. This is a very fun book. But like I said, thank you guys. I got on here. It's nighttime. It's late. I really appreciate you guys for listening to me. Thanks for hearing me out. It's going to be so much information on these next videos. I'm probably going to do like a part 1, part 2, and part 3. On the second video, I'm going to tell you guys about how I lost all my money trying to be an investor, um, and just how I learned how to learn, and how it threw me a curveball, and more about my case. And just um, if you want to know more about the case, just comment below and let me know. I'll let you know about this crazy relationship case that I'm fighting right now. But to anyone out there that's on house arrest, understand that it's not the end of the world. You're not in the county. You have a chance to talk to your lawyer. You have a chance to fight your case, and you have a chance to beat your case. And use this time to to learn something that nobody else has time to learn because they're going to work. Nobody else has time to learn whatever it is you're interested in and be the best at it because they got to go to work. You got the advantage because all you got to do is sit back and learn and fight your case. That's the end for this video, man. Like I say, I'm Don from Felon to Felon. Shout out to all my felons out there. It's not the end, it's only the beginning. We too shall rise. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and blessings.